Most of the media seem to think this election is over. But I'm not so sure. I think there are further plot twists to come. I think it would be crazy to try to call it this far out. Here are 10 things that this weekend's Trump is toast hysteria is overlooking. 1. The people who think Trump should drop out, including about 95% of the media, are mostly the people who thought he should never have been nominated in the first place. 2. For all the shock and horror over the Trump tapes, nothing on them is any worse than anything he's already said. Indeed, I am much more worried about what a presidential nominee wants to do to the planet than what he wants to do to some married woman he met, and I strongly suspect I am not alone. 3. Tonight's debate will have staggering viewership. So will the third debate. Trump will have plenty of opportunity to launch a recovery plan, if he has one. Brazening it out or issuing an unqualified apology are both viable options. 4. Despite the reaction among the media and professional politicos, so far there is no hard evidence that ordinary voters are traumatized by the Trump tapes. If we've learned one thing over the past year, it's that they don't seem to care about the things the media think they do. Few voters supported Trump because of his personality. They supported him because of their worries about things like immigration. 5. A new poll, conducted by news outlet Politico on Friday, says just 12% of Republicans want Trump to drop out. But here's the thing. That's actually down from the 19% of Republicans who told the Reuters/Ipsos poll that they wanted him to quit 2 months ago, in early August. 6. Many of Trump's harshest critics probably carry very little weight on this matter with the voters. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Seriously? I like the former California governor, but he was widely quoted saying worse before he ran for public office. 7. When you follow financial markets for a long time, you learn a thing or two about crowd hysteria. They can seem all-encompassing at the time, yet they can pass quicker than a tropical storm. 8. To put it as generously as possible, Trump's opponent is not without her own political vulnerabilities and negatives. 9. The media think the race is over, but the bookmakers don't. At this moment, before the second debate, most of the big bookies here in London are still giving Trump odds of about 25%. 10. There's still a month to go before the election. Anything can happen, from a WikiLeaks dumps to a crisis. If you think the month isn't long enough to turn things around, reflect on this. It is less than a month since Hillary Clinton was filmed collapsing outside the 9/11 ceremony, and she looked like she was in deep political trouble. Personally, I'd be surprised if Trump rescues his campaign, because I question whether he had the discipline, wisdom or self-awareness he would need. But it is far from impossible.